Hey guys, how you doing? Uncle Bob Connor here, once again with another video, and today we're going to be looking at the Divergent series, or Divergent movie DVD collection, but obviously they're not all called Divergent. Obviously, the first one is, but they call it the Divergent series, and then obviously the second one is Insurgent, and then the third one is the Allergiant or Our Giant, whatever you may want to call it. Obviously, the third one, and it's obviously the Divergent series that comes from a series of books, and that's about as much as I know about it. But obviously, I've seen the films, and think think they're quite good. But as I say, I'm not an expert on the Divergent series. I don't really pay attention to really what the characters be called. I must admit, I just really just watch them for the you know as we like Terminator. That's one of my favourites. But some of these ones like this, to be honest, I just watch them for what they are. Just if it's just a good action adventure film, I'll just watch it for that. I don't really. But as I say, I'm not a massive fan of these films, but they're quite a good watch. I've seen them quite a few times, and I was just watching them just recently. And so obviously the first one, Divergent, starts it all off, obviously, like the whole story and that, and it's quite a good story actually. I do like the story, and the acting is pretty nice, and it's quite good all the way through. There's a lot of good moments and quite a bit of action and a few twists and turns. And the time is okay. It's a 2 hour or just over 2 hour movie, but it's going to be, for this type of film, I think is totally fine. You can't have films like this really that come from a book that have got a lot to do and sort out. So I think the time is fine. But it's a nice action adventure film. Obviously, Kate Winslet is the villainess, obviously, in this. And obviously, we're going to Insurgent, so now obviously more about halfway through the story in the films, and getting more development into the story, and knowing more about the characters and the actual plot, the overall plot, and just getting more, knowing into the characters, and just getting more involved in the story. And obviously, Kate Winslet back again, and obviously Shailene Woodley is obviously the main hero, and obviously it's more story. It's mostly revolving about her, really, to be honest. That's the main priority, that they want. But again, it's a good watch. To be honest, when I sum up, what's the best one between these, to be honest, I think they're quite even, because they've got a lot of, they've got, each film has got their own sort of moments where it's good. I don't think there's any one that sort of stand out more than the others. Maybe either the first or sort of the last one where it all comes to an end. But and I think they've all got their sort of moments where there's various different action, and it's quite similar But yeah, it's quite a fair balance between the three, so it's hard to say which one's better. But I think they've all got their moments where it's good action, which is all right. They're not bad films. As I say, I'm not, but I'm not, I'm not the biggest fan of them. I wouldn't say it's my favourite franchise, but it's a good franchise. Just not one of my favourites. But yeah, as I said, the second one is pretty good as well, just as the first. And now obviously we're coming to the climax of the divergent movies. Obviously the Owl Giant, which is the last one of the set of three, and this is just even more development into the story. And get to know the characters more now. They're a few years older than I was in the thing, but I don't think they actually say. I'm not too sure what is the. I think they're all quite close proximity, as obviously they were made at different times, a few years before each other. But I think in the actual story itself in the movie, I think they're quite close. But as I say, I'm not too sure how long duration is supposed to be in the actual movie, whether it's as close. I don't think it's a few years in this. When you see it in the actual story, it just goes from one film to the next. It's just carrying on with the story, but it doesn't just go from year to year like it does actually when they released. But yeah, as I say, so obviously the climax of the whole story mostly being about the main character, and just developing more with her. Get to know, and obviously now there's like a few betrayals, a few twists and turns. Yeah, and it's all. And so it's an all right movie. Again, same as the other two. It's pretty good all the way through. It's got its moments of good action, and yeah, no, it's all right. As I said, I actually think these movies are actually better than the Hunger Games. And they're all right. As I said, they're not my favourites, and I don't think they're the best. Out there. There's a lot more, but I think they're all right. They're a good watch, and I've seen them a few times now. I think they're all right. I quite like the storyline and the action, what it is. But yeah, that's pretty much. So guys, that's pretty much the Divergent series, and yeah, they're all right, to be honest. Nice set of movies. I got them all individually. I'm not too sure if you can actually get them. I'm guessing you can get them as a box set, but I've got them all. I bought them all individually, but yeah, so that's pretty much the Divergent series and pretty much the end of the video. So guys, hope you enjoy this video. Don't forget to subscribe for more vids, and I'll see you on the next video. Cheers guys, thanks for watching, bye for now, see you soon.